Tuesday night, title night. Doesn't change the fact it's shite. Let's go. It's Aew Dynamite. Whoa! Adam Page hit the deck like Apollo Creed, except for the fact he's dog meat. Let's go.
Hit the deck like the fucking TV ratings.
Aye, 760k. Absolute dog shit. But let's go. Trios championship match. Kick it
What's
off
your
the
obsession
show.
with dogs? Dog meat, dog shit, dog on a stick.
Aye, mate, dog on a stick. Where's the British Bulldog when you need him? Dead. That's where he is. Pan breed. Anyway, trios.
Still more over than everybody in this roster.
And he wasn't even good.
Down, 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 down.
Death Triangle. Pac
Rest in
Penta.
peace, Davey Boy Smith, by the way.
Pac Penta, El Ciro Medo, Ray Phoenix taking on Cassidy. Best friends. Oh, get in the bin.
By the way, Davey, all joking aside, Davey Boy Smith, 6-on-1 in a real fight would have battered all these guys. And that's not even fucking close.
No, it ain't. It really ain't.
So, we get
They all would have been freshly squeezed.
We get the first title match of the night. Orange Cassidy comes down with a backpack, and he's carrying the title, the title that doesn't mean shit. I can't even remember the name of the title. Something like All Atlantic Championship. He's got it in the backpack. He's carrying the backpack over his shoulder. He gets into the ring, and Excalibur says, "Oh, this is a unique. This is one of the most unique entrances we've ever seen." Orange Cassidy is carrying. Orange Cassidy has got the title in his backpack because he doesn't like carrying things. Well, you're carrying the backpack, you stupid fuck.
Yeah, I know what. That doesn't make any sense.
They say the reason he wasn't wearing the title, the reason he had it in the backpack was because he doesn't like carrying anything. Because he's supposed to be like this laid back guy, but I mean, he's carrying his backpack. Surely, if you've just got the title around your waist, that's carrying it less than actually.
Say he was a laid back guy and all this, so he can't even be arsed carrying the belt. Why the fuck's he a wrestler? Why is he in the ring? Why is he doing this? I mean, Van Damme was a laid back guy, but that's because he smoked fucking weed.
I know,
it wasn't because he wasn't.
And then when
carry his belt.
And then when the title was on the line, he fucking smoked his opponent. See this? Orange Cassidy trying to pretend I don't care, man. I'm just walking through life like a fucking zombie. Fuck his ass to The Walking Dead then, right? And have him be a bum over there.
Well, it's fitting that he doesn't care because nobody cares about him. He's shite. He's horrendous. And the belt name, All Atlantic. What?
I mean, where does that even cover? The Atlantic Ocean?
I know. Aye, so does that everything either side of the Atlantic?
What are they going to do? Have a fucking match inside the Titanic or something?
It just sounds so indie. The All Atlantic. What? It's like I'm pretty sure New Japan have an All Pacific title, don't they? That sounds familiar.
No, I tell you what, those titles belong in the ocean. The Rock might have threw the Smoking Skull belt in, but if I could get my hands on that garbage title, that All Atlantic title, I'd fucking throw it. Never mind throwing it in the ocean. I'd throw it in the swamp, or just chuck it in the bin. Or set it on fire. Any of them will do. Anyway.
I just feel like we've seen this match a million times. I feel like every trios match in AEW is the same match. There's nothing new. It's the same shite.
I genuinely believe that trios tag team titles are awful. They've never drawn. They've always been used in shit promotions, either in Mexico or Japan. I don't even know if Japan have trio titles, but I know it's sort of a Mexican thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if New Japan have trio titles. It's just not over.
Let's be real.
If trio titles worked, then WWE would have them.
Yeah.
WCW would have had them. ECW would have had them. Fucking somebody with all the bad ideas they come up with in TNA, somebody would have turned around and says, you know what, why don't we give trio titles a chance? But that didn't happen because they're relevant. They've never counted.
You know why they've got trio titles? They're just trying to
give belts to people.
Yeah,
you're important. You're a big star. Here's a worthless fucking belt. Nobody cares.
See, down a way, right? They don't do like 4-on-4, 3-on-3 unless it feels a bit big about it.
Like a Survivor Series.
But AEW's just giving it belts to make it seem a bit big.
I remember the last pay-per-view they had. They were going to crown AEW trio titles for the first time, and they put 3 trio tag team matches on the fucking show. Why would you do that? You're trying to crown trio champs for the first time ever, and you put on 3, and it wasn't even the first one. And the title match was actually in the middle, so it just made it. No, I mean it wasn't the first and it wasn't the last. So it kind of just made it feel like fucking irrelevant.
Yeah,
I just wouldn't happen. Oh, by the way, see, Oh, Michaels and Taker, you're going to be in the first ever Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood 97. But by the way, there's going to be a Hell in a Cell match before you and after you, so technically you're just kind of being stuck in the middle.
In the middle there.
Yeah, it's just fucking dumb. Anyway, Death Triangle win. I hate their entrance. They come out. You've got Pac standing. No, it's not. It's Phoenix stands and the light shines on him. He does some like it's awful. So you start with Phoenix, then you go to Pentagon Dark or Pentagon Junior, and then you go to the Bastard Page or whatever his name is.
Page Pac.
But see, this entrance, it's almost like a Street Fighter game, you know, when you click on someone and it shows you their wee like motion, like when you select them.
Then you go to the next one.
You know, like you click on them, then they do like a wee motion or something. That's what their entrance is like. It's fucking horrendous. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. They offer nothing.
Taz says, "What a battle!" Aye, what a battle, mate. What a battle. You know what? See Taz tonight. He was fucking pish.
You know what? I reckon Taz must have lost the phone book that JBL gave him, because I don't think Taz is seeing off the desk if he thinks anything in this show's good.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if I was commentating, I wish I fucking was 4 foot tall like Taz, so I couldn't see the bloody screen either.
Also, I think Excalibur has the mask over his eyelids, because next up with Tony Storm versus Hikaru Shida, and he says, this match is nearly 10 years in the making. See, saying something like that, it needs to be over. Who the fuck says this is 10 years in the making? 10 years in the making? What's this? 10 years in the making? Who cares about this? I couldn't even tell you who Akira Shida is. She's probably been on the roster for 3 years. Who's Akira Shida?
I'm sure you told me she was the third champion.
The third champion? What the Oh, the third champion!
Well, you're saying that as if you don't know who she is.
She's Rio Akira Shida. It's all the same.
Oh, come on. Rio and Shakira look nothing alike.
They're just Japanese jobbers.
Nah,
Double J?
Nah. One actually looks like a woman and the other one looks like a small child. Like, but before this...
No, don't worry, you get to see the small child very soon.
Before this, we seen Tony Schiavone had an interview with Dr. Britt Baker and, you know, the gang that she hangs about with. And Baker said she was mildly interested in an AEW's interim women's title match, but more so discussed it since neither her or Jamie Hayter was in the title match and tonight, and then said that one of them's guaranteed one of them's going to leave the year as champion. It's like it was really bad. It was
Britt Baker fucking sucks, man.
Anyway, sloppy match up next. Tony Storm versus Shida. I thought the finish looked pretty pish. Storm hits Storm Zero. Didn't look good. Nothing in the match really looked good. Winner and still interim AEW World Champion Tony Storm. Then, I mean, people are saying it's an awesome match. I didn't see that at all. Then Dr. Britt Baker runs in, Jamie Hayter runs in, and the other chick who never wrestled, Rebel, runs in. So they're beating down Tony Storm. Then we get the return of Riho. She comes in like a house on fire, destroys...
Like a wee kiddie's house on fire.
Destroys Britt Baker, destroys Jamie Hayter. And then she's standing tall with fucking Tony Storm, and they celebrate. Who gives a shit about Riho? I mean, I guess it's competition for Kenny Omega. He likes to wrestle dolls. He likes to wrestle 9-year-old girls, and Riho looks like both. So, I mean, it is what it is. Plus, she came out with and it was like pink dungarees or something. It was almost purposely like she's dressing as a child. Now, I don't know if this is some like weird sort of fucking kink or something, but she did legit look like a little girl, dressed in like something that you'd expect like a legit a child to wear. I mean, this didn't look like a woman that is supposed to be fighting for a woman's title.
No, you're right. And I mean, it was supposed to be a big deal, and it just wasn't. This division is dead. Done. I mean, see these hot tag-esque comebacks where someone comes out and back. They need to look the part, man. See when Brock Lesnar comes out and he's fucking charging it, you're like, holy fuck. Seeing this person comes out, a bit of wind could blow her over.
Oh, by the way, I totally forgot. Saraya came out. So it's just such a big deal. If you don't know who Saraya is, it's Paige from WWE.
Plastic Paige.
But it was weird because it was Taz and Excalibur, or was it either Taz and Excalibur or Taz
Pronounced
and
it wrong or something?
Both of them pronounced it differently, right? And then the other one correct the other one, even though Paige has been like telling people how to pronounce it for weeks. But that just shows me that she's not a star, right? Name me one star whose name got pronounced wrong. The Rock, Steve Austin, John Cena, Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker, Mankind, Kane. None of these people ever got their... How can you be a big-time star and people pronounce your name wrong? I don't get that.
No, you're right. You're right on the money.
Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
It just doesn't happen. Name me someone who's over, whose name doesn't get pronounced correctly.
Well, it doesn't really matter, because Saraya will probably get dropped on her neck within the next
Donald
month.
Trump.
Be gone.
Joe Biden.
No, definitely.
Adolf Hitler.
Alright, I think we're right. Fuck.
Alright, okay. But you get my point, right?
We're going away without doing hell here.
It just... I don't know why I mentioned Trump and beside those two fucking bums. Trump's the man. If you don't like it, then...
I don't know.
I was going to say
People who watch
unsubscribe,
Dynamite definitely love Donnie too, bro.
Yeah,
aye man, Rio jumped off the top turnbuckle like a fucking feather. No impact, no nothing here.
No, I don't get it though. How are we supposed to believe this Rio can beat anybody? And like, she is a stick. She is the definition of a stick insect. I mean, we see a lot of people don't weigh 100 pounds and stuff like this, but I actually think her build weight. I think I remember watching a match and the builder's 94 pounds.
That's fucking.
I mean, that
insane.
is. I mean, like, what? Just imagine Brock Lesnar versus Rio. How far could Brock Lesnar throw Rio?
No, but it's like not even a question of weight. It's like then she's no. If you weigh 94 pounds, how strong can you actually fucking be?
Bones must be brittle. Like, you'd be afraid of like clotheslining her in case her head falls off. But anyway, we'll move on. Joe are backstage. They challenge the embassy and they refer to Maria Kanellis as a cackling bird. I still can't get over the name fucking War Joe. Now, someone says the only name worse than that would be Joe War, and I kind of agree.
Joe War.
Joe War or War Joe.
They're both fucking shite. Like
I know, but I think Joe War's worse. Like, FTR are here with Renee. Oh, Renee Paquette. Let's mark it. Dax says that they have a target on their back, but they want a 4th championship. I mean, you have no targets on your back. Nobody gives a shit about those 3 irrelevant belts that you have, right? They're all garbage.
no, but they come out and say that they want to be the greatest tag team of what tag team or superstar comes out and says that they just, you know, they get into main events, they have all these matches, and then they're in that conversation. You know,
Nobody who's great says they want to be the greatest of all time. They acknowledge that they are the greatest of all time. They've got an argument for being the greatest of all time. I mean, Ric Flair never comes out and says, I want to be the greatest of all time.
Who of the revival
Ric Flair says he is the greatest of all time.
Who of the revival beat to even be remotely in this conversation? Name me one memorable promo. I remember a couple months ago he cut a promo about how his kid had brain damage and or brain a tumour or something, leukemia. I don't know.
What, is this kid real?
His kid, one of the bald guy of the revival said that his kid's a fighter, so because they're a fighter, I came out.
Said it's real, his kid.
It's real. I thought he said his kid real.
Well, I said is his kid real?
Real. Well, that's just how over Rio is, because I thought you said real.
Oh,
Does it matter? Real, shite.
Well, this review's real, so let's move on. We have up next. We're going to get so they basically announced we're getting a tag team title number 1 contender match on Dynamite next week. It's FTR versus Swerve and Keith Lee. I mean, can you think of 4 more boring bastards than that? Because I can't.
Wait, hold on, though, right? You're saying Warjoe's a bad name? Swerve in Our Glory?
That's fucking horrendous.
Swerve in Our Glory? What?
Anyway, Swerve and Keith Lee turn up. Swerve says that FTR are prioritizing other companies over AEW. I mean, it's not that... I wouldn't say they're prioritizing other companies. It's just the other companies that they have titles from are absolute shit. Whereas at least AEW is a few tag teams better than them.
The revival are making it here. They're walking about with the WCW, ECW, and the WWF titles.
Yeah, like, I mean, if you're in WWE, right, but you have titles from, like, a local federation down the bottom of the street, doesn't mean you're prioritising that local federation. It just means you're shit and you're not good enough to win the WWE titles. But you might be good enough to win some other irrelevant titles from a job or company, and that's what we've got here. I mean, yeah, they've got 3 titles, but none of them mean shit anyway, so...
I know, and then they walk about proud as punch. It's a couple of paperweights.
Oh! You've got one. Yous have got more titles than the Usos. Yous must be better than the Usos. I mean, if the Usos are the ones and everyone else is the twos, and the revivals must be the fucking 230s or something like that.
I know, okay, because they're done.
Anyway, up next we have
Jay Lethal.
Yeah, do we? Jay Lethal and Darby Allin get into a brawl. They end up. Darby Allin gets caught underneath like what do you call it? Like not a barricade. It's like the shutters.
Aye.
So like these like metal shutters. Jay Lethal brings it down, so it's like pinning. It's on the chest of Darby Allin. It's pinning Darby Allin to the floor, and then Jay Lethal locks in a figure four. Well, Darby Allin can't go anywhere, and I mean that's pretty much it.
Why is Jay Lethal in a feud with this guy, let alone getting beat by him?
Can we not get Jay Lethal and Ric Flair teaming up, and just have Ric Flair be the manager? See the gimmick that they gave to AJ Styles in TNA, when it just did not suit AJ at all. Would that not be an actual good gimmick for Jay Lethal to come out with a robe and strut like the nature well and use the thing? We know he can do it.
Exactly.
Why the fuck not? And have Ric Flair actually be his manager?
Well, after the recent comments of Ric Flair, I think he's been off the fucking rails.
Actually, I forget. Fuck Ric Flair. Don't want to see that guy on TV. Shivani's in the ring with William Regal, but before Regal can get a word out, here comes MJF. Regal puts the brass knucks on, but MJF said he's not here for a fight. He tells Regal that he's going to tell him a story, and Regal's going to listen to him because Regal owes him that, right?
Wait, so, why does it? Wait. First of all, why does Regal owe him dick? I mean, why is he owe him hee-haw? For what? Because he didn't open my fucking email?
Well, you take it away, then you explain what the story.
15-minute clip here, and I wasted 15 minutes of my life. MJF kicks off, goes on about when he was 19 years old, he was training in the business, brother. And he gets pulled over by his trainers, and he said, "Your hard work is paid off, kid. You get to work as an extra at a WWE show." And of course, WWE is mentioned here. And then they even go as far to mention the Barclays Arena, because of course that's kind of like, not an iconic arena within WWE, but it's known. So why does he actually need to go out of his way to mention it was the Barclays Arena?
It's not quite Madison Square Garden, no, is it?
No, but you know what I mean? Like, you would affiliate that with WWE. And he says he gets there, he meets all the extras, he meets all
You never sold out Madison Square Garden.
The agents, he goes through, he goes William Regal, he goes Dean Malenko, Arn Anderson, you've got Adam Pearce. Why the fuck is Adam Pearce with those three? Like, is he at that point, what, in 2014, 15?
We're talking a completely different generation here.
Yeah.
It's not like Adam Pearce is from the same generation, but not as well known.
He's just fucking shite.
Adam Pearce is a guy that pretty much broke into wrestling maybe mid-2000s, late 2000s, but never made it.
Malenko, Regal, and Arn Anderson were fucking...
wrestling in the fucking
90s,
late 80s, so I mean... And Anderson probably before that, to be
Horseman, fucking world champ. What? Come on, what's going on, man?
Drinking piss.
Better be pissed on than pissed. But this was just very whiny for MJF. And basically, the moral of the story is this: Regal told him he could make it, but oh, you're 19, you're not gonna make it. Just keep sending me emails, buddy. I'll keep looking at them. And MJF just whines and complains, and it's the same stuff that he would bury other people for. Past couple of weeks, he's burying Yota for being boring. But this, yeah, so whatever, the delivery's a bit better than other people. It's just the same whine and complaining bullshit they do about when they leave WWE, isn't it? It's the exact same shit.
I'm not having that. I'd rather listen to MJF complaining and bitch than listen to Wheeler Yuta. Like,
no, I'm not saying he's as bad as Wheeler Yuta, but in terms of the context of the situations where, like, Paige coming out and bury WWE, I didn't get the chances, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's what MJF's getting. But they would happily kill people in order to get me.
Maybe she didn't get a chance. Fuck came up. She won the fucking title on her debut.
I'm just saying what she said.
And it's not WWE. Hold on.
She's saying she didn't get a chance. Vince didn't listen to her.
Well, hold on. Hold on. First of all, she disgraced the company and the title for what she was doing and stuff like that. I'm not against that, but she disgraced the company. Then she got injured, long-term injury. Looked like she was never going to be able to wrestle again. Career-ending injury. And WWE kept her on. Even though she was with Alberto Del Rio and she was like getting arrested almost every single weekend, getting into physical confrontations and fights and stuff like that. altercations with, in public and stuff. So, I mean, Paige is a fucking wreck, and any other company would have cut ties with her years ago. So she should be grateful that WWE actually kept. And no, it's just pathetic, because a couple months ago, she put out a tweet about how WWE's been really good to her and all that stuff, and how they stuck by her, and they've always supported her. But now she's in AEW, she's going to bury WWE and pretend that they were this big, bad, horrible company that never gave her a chance. Go fuck yourself. WWE give you the belt on your debut. It's not their fault Sasha Banks, kicked you in the back and your back just blew.
I know the funny thing is, they'll bury WWE for selling it to the Saudis, but these are the same people who would say the exact same thing as Paige here, but then they'll go to AEW because Tony Khan's offering fucking buckets of money, then they'll just bury WWE.
Where's Tony Khan from?
Da-da-da-da-da.
Exactly.
I'm loving it.
There you go, same part of the world. But anyway...
It's the same WWE rhetoric, man. They jobbed me out. They didn't treat me well. They could have signed me up, but they didn't.
MJF said he was only a 19-year-old kid, and Regal shouldn't have made him feel that way. When Regal pretty much told him that he was going to stop... Regal basically said he didn't have time to check his emails every week or whatever, and he says that MJF said that made him want to kill himself, blah, blah, blah. And then...
It's embarrassing.
MJF says that Regal's a joke, washed up, and that he's better than Regal ever was, and that's just totally wrong. Then Regal gets on the mic and he kind of makes fun of MJF and says at 16 he was fighting grown men, and I don't get the point MJF was going for here. He referred to himself as a child at the age of 19 instead of a young man or a young adult. That's just strange, that is. I mean...
See, when you're trying it in WWE, right? I don't think... See MJF's look. I don't... See the way he's 19 there or whatever? The way he looks, I don't give a fuck how good he talked on the mic in these tryouts. He just doesn't have a look to him. He doesn't. Seeing you look at the class of OVW in 2001 too, and you've got Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Batista. They look like fucking stars.
Well, the thing is,
this guy looks like fuck all. Like he says, a little Jew boy. That's it. To a T.
MJF doesn't have the look now, so I can't imagine he had it 7 years ago. I mean,
yeah, I would say MJF's probably the biggest he's ever been.
So I mean, it is what it is.
No, I just don't see what MJF was saying, in promos 7 years ago, that could have made him remotely get anywhere near to WWE.
Yeah, I know, but you say that, it's one thing comparing him to the OVW, but I mean, look at the roster now. Pretty much anyone can get in it. I don't think you can really use that argument now. If you used it 20 years ago, absolutely. I mean, you look at MJF, then you look at Brock, Cena, Batista, Orton. Fucking even a Shelton Benjamin.
No, I agree with your point, but my point is in 2015, you've got to bear in mind, he is a nobody. He is just a kid with no look. It's not like he's been on the Indies for 10 years and he's got a name on the... He had nothing. It's not like he's Adam Cole. He's got the same physique as Adam Cole. But at least Adam Cole, when they signed him, and Nakamura, all those jobbers, they've did their indie stuff. He's done hot at this point.
So I get what you're saying. Yeah, at 19, he's just a guy that has no... Basically,
no look. He can talk, basically, no look.
He doesn't have
indie experience,
no resume, no experience, no history. That's a fair point, yeah.
Yeah, but he goes on to talk about, I'm going to be the guy, the bidding war of 2024. There's no war, mate, because if you're turning and saying this, you're siding on the AEW daughter.
I just can't imagine Tony Khan would allow this guy to... I mean, I know Tony Khan is a bit of a gimp, but I doubt he allows MJF to go out every single night and every single week even, and talk about him potentially leaving to go to WWE. Because if the roles were reversed, would McMahon allow Roman Reigns to go every SmackDown and say, oh, in 2024 I might leave and go to AEW? Absolutely not.
Exactly. No, definitely not.
So it is what it is.
It's ridiculous. But again, back to the whole... At 19, I was a child. What's he going for there? See when he first started in AEW, he must have been 22, 23. So how at 19 he a child, but when you're 22, you're a fucking fully grown man.
You know what's mad, right? We've buried MJF here for the past 5 minutes, but he is by far the best homegrown talent AEW have. So it's I think that's a bit weird now.
Definitely.
Just shows you the state of AEW. He's the only guy he's the only AEW original that I like, and I think he's alright,
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Regal goes on to mention about when he was 16, he was in the carnival battering old men. Then he said a weird line, at the end of the night, I was bleeding from every hole while trying to go to sleep. It's alright, Regal.
What happened? Did you beat them up in a fight? Then they raped you or something? I mean,
fun down, but yeah, weird. It's like weird line for Regal there. What's going on?
Yeah. Anyway, right then we go to Renee backstage sitting down with Danielson and Yuta. Danielson is talking about Daniel Garcia. What? Can someone please tell me the fascination about Daniel Garcia? A fucking nobody who's not that good in the ring, not a fucking bit of muscle on him, no definition on him. Like, he is just a flabby, a small flabby guy who literally cannot talk at all. Zero. Guy is fucking horrendous. Yet he's supposed to be the next big thing. Same with Yuta, another one who's horrendous. Then Yuta basically calls out Daniel Bryan, saying that the rest of the Combat Club put the Combat Club first, but Daniel Bryan doesn't, because everyone was telling him the whole time that Garcia was using him, but Danielson didn't want to see it, blah, blah, blah. Yuta says that Danielson was his hero, but he wishes that he'd never met his hero. Then he just walks off because he says the Combat Club doesn't mean anything to Bryan Danielson.
The Combat Club is an absolute disaster, right? It's supposed to be a club, but see, I think Moxley appeared with them on Rampage. Was he in a match? Have I seen that correctly or something? But see, apart from that, when's he ever there with the title?
It was a trio match. I mean, they kick off with a trios match with the world champion in it, and they were against fucking Butcher and the Blade and someone else. Now, that's typical AEW Rampage. A match where you guarantee you know the winner, and it's just fucking weird. Like, when would WWE or SmackDown ever kick off with a cold six-man tag match that wasn't announced, has no build, has no storyline, has no purpose, has no stipulation, and it just kicks off the show?
No, but John Moxley, right? He's in his third title reign. It's been the same cookie cutter shite. He comes out, he runs out in the ring looking like an ugly, fat, out of shape,
Moxley,
disgusting bastard, right? It is what it is.
He looks like a backyard wrestler.
Saying that he blood, sweat, and tears, hardcore, same shite. Why not do like the Evolution mode where he comes out with the Combat Club and cuts promos and he can be like, no, I mean, like.
Hold on, are you trying to compare the Combat Club to Evolution?
No.
If that's Evolution, then we need to go backwards, right? Because we're fucked up. We've not evolved. We've devolved.
He's in his third title reign. It's the same shit that it was 3 years ago.
Yes
or no?
I'd say no, because I think his first title reign was actually alright.
Alright, well, it's got worse then.
What, do you think it's got better?
Did I say that? I just said it's the same shit, but it's
worse.
I
don't think it's the same shit, because I think...
Right, it's shit, but it's even shitter.
Yeah. I think AEW was much better 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I remember watching it in 2019 and thinking, this is alright. 2020, this is alright. To me, AEW's went to shit, man. And I'm not blaming John Moxley for that, but...
Right, talking about shit, we've got an ROH World Title match up next.
That means we've got a Ring of Honor ref and a Ring of Honor commentator. I mean, I
actually don't mind the gimmick of Jericho, like burying ROH, but...
He's against Dalton Castle.
Aye, him.
The man that can fly. And the man that is surrounded by people, in his own word, the boys. So it's a gay man surrounded by the boys.
Is he gay?
Is he fucking gay? You told me you watched this.
I did.
Why are you asking if he's gay then?
Well, he might just be playing. Is he gay in real life? That's what I'm asking.
Well, hold on. See, he's either gay in real life or his character's gay. There's no two words about it. But he comes out with the boys, and the boys are all like, got feathers, and they're like cooling him down. Then the boys like all lay down and make a ramp, or like it's like they make like steps for him to walk up. Then he just walks over the boys and gets into the ring, and then the best thing this guy, I tell you what, the best thing this guy ever done was freak out about Joe Hendry doing an entrance on him. And if you haven't seen it, YouTube it. It was pretty good. But this wasn't good, so.
No, this was shite. But when he's like a finisher mover called the Bangarang.
You're telling me he's not gay?
He's
Hold on, his finisher's called the Bangarang. And you're trying to...
I like to give my boys the benefit of the doubt, Clay.
No, hold on. The guy, he's got a finisher called the Bangarang. He looks the way he does, and it comes out with a bunch of like 20 little boys, and they're called the boys. They've got trio championships for Ring of Honor, and they address them as Dalton Castle and the boys. I mean, what? Come on.
Why have they got trio champs of ROH? What the fuck's going on here?
I tell you what, see if Triple H has any ideas for trio titles, he can go fuck himself. He can go and shove that big fucking 10-foot nose up his hole.
I don't think Triple H is that bad. But then again, I see
every time I watch Raw, I have to see about 10 Johnny Gargano segments, so...
But then I did see I seen Quincy Elliott.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But Jericho retains. Anyway.
Have we been banned yet for that rant I made on Quincy Elliott? Like, that was... Jericho retains. Like,
Jerry Lynn came out. Fucking Jerry Lynn, the year 2022.
Look, it was an alright match. Dalton Castle's not the worst. Look, he's got a character, he's got a gimmick, and for that I'll give him a pass mark. I would rather, as gay as it is...
Get your butt buddies today!
As gay as it is, I would 100% rather see Dalton Castle on my TV screen than a Daniel Garcia or a Wheeler Yuta.
Absolutely.
So, that is what it is. I'll give it a pass mark. I mean, but yeah, then Jerry Lynn comes out, not too sure why, and he gets Tombstone pile drivered. So Jericho's just stole the Undertaker's maneuver there. Surprised MJF didn't talk about the Undertaker, since he'll use any opportunity that he can.
Made a third time.
Yeah, but again, and it seems like this was just match after match after match. Very little in between.
No, that's it. Definitely.
So we go from this Ring of Honor World Heavyweight title match straight in to the AEW World Heavyweight title match. The only break that we really got was Jerry Lynn coming out, but that's still part of the match. Just felt weird. Normally, in a good show that's formatted well, normally the matches will be broken up by at least a few segments in between. Like, seeing I think of the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, you would get a match, then a few segments. Whether it be an in-ring promo, or a backstage promo, or a backstage interview, or even just the cameras cutting to somebody arriving. It's not a good... For me, match after match after match never works.
Just feels like a show. Doesn't feel authentic.
It's
doesn't
indie.
feel real.
It doesn't feel like entertainment. It just feels like all you're getting is fucking wrestling. And I guess that's what AEW is. I don't like it.
All Elite Wrestling.
Anyway, AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Regal joins the commentary team. Regal's just terrible these days. I'm afraid. I'm sorry to say it, but I do not like Regal at the moment. Page comes out first, then Moxley comes out. Page runs into the crowd, attacks Moxley. Moxley's busted open after like a minute. I mean, see you looking at Moxley, out of shape, chubby. He looks like a backyard. He looks like a meth addict or something. But see if you went into YouTube and typed in like backyard wrestling, extreme backyard wrestling, you would see a dozen John Moxleys.
He looks like Jesse Pinkman and El Camino with fucking Todd's weight. That's what he looks like. That's what he fucking looks like to a T.
Not a good combination.
No, really not.
So the fight, they have their match, whatever. But the match is stopped short when Hangman Page
gets hit with a lariat.
Yeah, lariat clothesline. And that was it now.
Whose fault is this? Is this it doesn't really matter. I couldn't give a fuck whose fault. I mean, it actually ended the match early for me, so that's good for me.
Yeah, so
I don't know how early did this take the show off?
15 minutes.
Oh, fuck, that's no good. And they couldn't muster anything else. What I didn't get about this...
They did. We'll talk about that later. MJF came out.
I know that's what happened, but I thought you meant that.
Oh wait, guys, this guy, he only watches the clips. He's not committed like
I did see MJF coming, but I thought you meant the show actually was 15 minutes less than what it was supposed to be.
No, I thought you meant like by the time this happened, how long was left to go in the show.
All right, no.
Like 15 minutes. Right, so John Moxley wins. They're making it as if this was a classic. I mean, it really wasn't. Then post-match, Regal joins Moxley in the ring. Moxley says that he hopes that Adam Page is okay, but this is what happens when you step in the ring with him. The commentary team it sounded like they thought it was like Owen Hart all over again.
Yeah, Taz was the worst. Taz has seen some heinous shit in his time, man. And yet here, when he had the sunglasses off, he couldn't actually string a fucking sentence together.
I know. Then Moxley says that he wants MJF to prove who the hell he is. Tells him to get his little suburban ass out here right now. Then MJF does come out. He's got a ref with him. And he's legit. He's got the ref by the collar and he's pulling the ref to the ring. I thought this was good. I mean, it looked like a good visual having him actually drag the ref down. I know
It's funny though, because they had to get like the smallest of referees
to make them
this
look
work.
big. But no, to me that's good. Minor things like that are pretty good. You know, it's a heel guy coming out and he's angry and he's dragging the referee with him. I like that, but it's not really going to make me give a show a 10 out of 10.
I'm surprised as to bringing MJF out though. They didn't put up sparklers in the ring and fucking. I don't know.
MJF comes out, takes his shirt off. MJF then gives the chip to the referee. Oh no, he places the chip in the corner. The referee's about to start the match. Then MJF grabs the chip, tries to get the bottom rope, but he kind of gets stuck.
Yeah, it was a bit of a botch, wasn't it? And his ass points up.
Eventually, he gets up the top of the ramp. Then he says he doesn't want any more excuses. He wants to beat Moxley at 100%. MJF said he's cashing in his chip and he's going to do it at full gear. And then he says, for the first time in his miserable life, MJF is going to earn it. So it seems like MJF to me is turning face here. He's pretty much just came out and admitted that his life is miserable and that he... Like, how can he say his life is miserable and that he's not earned anything, but then in the next sentence say, I'm MJF, I'm better than you and you know it?
Yeah, and goes on about his contract, how he's fucking making millions. I earn more than everyone in this arena.
Yeah, that's what he'll say once promo, but then the next, he's just said, my life is
I've
miserable.
been saying this for months and weeks. The guy is overrated. Yeah, he can talk, but the stuff he says is the context is shite. Doesn't work. Really doesn't work. But let's go back to the task at hand.
So, I mean, if he comes out next week and he starts bashing people, I make more money than you, and he uses his catchphrase like he used earlier on Regal, I'm just going to be thinking, well, last week you said your life was miserable and you've never earned anything, so...
Anyway, right. Adam Page, should he have finished the match? Was it very jobber way to end it? I think it was. Undertaker got concussed against Brock Lesnar, didn't know where he was. He fucking continued. He got the job done.
At the end of the day, it was only a concussion. Like, it's not like he had some sort of neck injury. I am very surprised he couldn't even do one more spot to finish the match. Like,
yeah, I don't know. It's just very weird. It just seems a bit
World title match on... It reminded me of Sin Cara.
Like...
Oh, finger Brock, senor. I mean,
like I can literally remember Guevara did a move to Matt Hardy off was a scaffolding or something.
He almost killed him.
Fucking toe on the
almost
concrete.
fucking killed him. You didn't see Matt Hardy laying there taking it.
No, but albeit I think that should have been, I think that should have been stopped. But that's just Matt Hardy.
Aye, definite error. Same thing with Jeff. Like, you're not going to stop the fucking match.
It just sums up last week you've got Adam Page. It was last week, the week before.
Fucking look at Foley. Jesus Christ.
No, but last week, or was the week before, I don't know, but Adam Page is punching himself in the face saying, oh, I'm a fighter, I'm the give up, man. I'm going to fight tooth and nail. Hits the mat, good night, that's it. It's like Sin Cara and the broken fucking finger, man.
Imagine if it was JBL that clotheslined him.
I know.
Fucking caution, he'd been dead. Anyway, then Moxley gets back on the ring and he says that...
You make my heart sing.
The only thing that MJF has earned is going to be a beating. And then he comes up with... He says, oh, your teeth are going to be... your teeth are going to be like rambling about your mouth. And then he's my heel's going to be in your throat. And then he said something... He says, my fist is going to be up your ass. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, that's something that Dalton Castle should be saying, not your fucking world meth-looking head champion. I mean, that... What? No, but you would say, my foot is going to be up your ass, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
like, The Rock would say... The Rock or Austin would say, I'm going to put my boot up your ass. Moxley, I'm going to put my fist up... No. It just sounds gay as fuck. I mean...
We see, how many times did we see The Rock telling Cole or like coach him to bend over and he'd boot them? He would never fucking
stick a wee finger up there, you know? I mean, a wee chocolate finger. I mean, what the fuck is this? What is this shit? Is that it?
Well, that's it. That's your whack.
Right, title night Tuesday. Wasn't very good, let's put it that way.
It wasn't very good.
Fuck me. The only title match I didn't mind was the Jericho one, to be fair. Even that was pretty gay. You know what? I'll give it a 1. I'm going to get a 1 this week.
Fucking what?
I don't know. I'm sick of giving it a 0, so I'm going to give it a 1.
I'll get a -1, so it gets a 0.
Fuck's sake! I was trying to think at the box there.
Fucking, this is like a 40 fucking minute Dynamite review.
Enjoy it, guys. And that's it. Till next time.
Peace.